Hello and welcome to this video of the best combat mods for Skyrim in 2021. I've tried to focus purely on the combat experience in this video, so these mods will not be perk related. Each mod has been picked because it adds something unique which enhances the gameplay, and they've also been chosen to work together so you can always add these mods to your playthrough. This video will highlight some classic mods, but also some recent additions, which I really think enhance the combat in Skyrim. And some of them may surprise you, so stay tuned. The first mod on this list is not necessarily one that may pop into your mind when you think of a mod. SmoothCam, and more specifically the cinematic preset by mod author GuitarthVader, brings a new light in the way that combat is performed in Skyrim. It essentially creates a Dark Souls-like visual wherein the camera follows the player character further back with a slight delay to the tracking, making for a more cinematic feel to the game. One cool thing about SmoothCam is it can automatically track your crosshair to a target. So when you're in third person mode, you don't need to fiddle around with your bow in order to try and get the perfect shot. The next mod is Combat Gameplay Overhaul. Now back in the old days you needed multiple mods to get the fresh and modern look to your game, but Combat Gameplay Overhaul changed that by bringing many new ideas into Skyrim. There are a multitude of changes here that really spice things up. Firstly is the camera head bob, a slight detail which adds a degree of realism as your character probably wouldn't be able to keep their head still forever. There have also been changes to the way weapons are held. You can now hold two-handed weapons in one hand, and animations have been changed to adapt to this new mechanic. As you can see, the idle animations are different with a more modern touch to them, and the swings from weapons feel more impactful. One major change is rolling. You can now roll freely without the need for perk points, which really adds a degree of realism to the combat. Rather than just constantly holding my shield up or be completely exposed while having two-handed weapons, I can now roll away from arrows or magic in order to save myself from harm. The next mod is Odin, which fundamentally excites the way magic is done in Skyrim. It improves vanilla spells including scrolls and staves, fixes bugs, visuals and balance issues. Odin rounds out the school of magic with high quality and lore friendly spells inspired by classic Elder Scrolls games. Of course we won't go through all of them here, but I will highlight a few of the coolest ones. The first spell is Fabricate Object, where you can cast a spell and create an object for yourself, which are all usable. Here we have a bed that I can sleep in for the night, or if I need to cross a path, a bridge can be created. The next spell is one where you have an ethereal storage box where you can store all of your items. All you need to do is cast a spell to access it. There's another cool mod in which you can create creatures out of illusions, and you can cast multiple times in order to create a small army. There is also a web spell where you can slow your enemy down greatly by casting it. Of course, you can use one spell in each hand to create a dynamic effect on your enemies, but I think this mod enhances this greatly. There have also been new additions to the destruction magic tree to create walls of fire and barriers with electric spells and ice. And you want to run faster? No worries, there is now a spell which makes you run as fast as a rabbit. The next mod is Ultimate Combat, and what a mod it is. There is such a feature-rich list with this mod, including attack animations and a wide range of rotation animations as well. Vanilla AI has been greatly enhanced in order to create a more dynamic feel to the game. There has been significant reductions in NPC reaction times and turn speeds, creating a quicker pace in battle. There have been adaptations to the stagger system, a boost for time blocks, speed bonuses, and so much more. In a nutshell, the mod aims to make things more difficult, but also faster, while remaining fun. A fantastic mod to add to your combat list. Were you always dissatisfied with the low impact sword swings in your game? Well, Maximum Carnage can solve that issue. This is a mod that introduces gore back into Skyrim. You can cut heads off, sever hands, create burns from fire and electric, and smash chunks off heads. Some enemies are easier to chop up than others, and you get a nice squishy sound when the carnage is performed. It doesn't just affect humanoids either. Spiders, bears, and more fantastical enemies will also suffer from your blade. Overall, a great mod if you want to spice up your game after years of lackluster combat. Next we have a very simple mod, one that really should have been included in the vanilla game. Ever wondered why when you swing your sword a nearby enemy would not be hit? Me too. This is why the sweep attacks mod is so good. It's been a question on my mind as to why potions aren't used by enemies in the game. After all, why are you so special that you get to keep all of the potions in the game? Smart NPC Potions clears all that up, where now the fights tend to be fairer, but of course more difficult. Enemies will now use potions where their health is low, and they will use poisons too to ensure that they win the battle. There is a level of unpredictability here, as you don't know when an enemy may use one. This is a mod that can really add something that should have been there from the beginning. And that's it, the best mods in my opinion that focus on pure combat. I know this choice may be in some way controversial, as there are so many mods out there that focus on this. Wildcat is also an honourable mention, as well as other mods that focus on perks. And that's all for today. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and always give gratitude to the mod authors.